Hey everybody, it's Sang the Altaholik, and logged in, and I saw them shouting out that Coppermart was open, so I rushed over here. I totally forgot about Coppermart today. It's Sunday, so I ran and got in line. Not too many people in line right now, and I scrambled to get my OBS and everything together, so I don't even know what's on Coppermart right now. You can usually pull up the bazaar. Let's see if I can pull it up right now, so at least get an idea what I'll be looking for. Huh, I don't even see anything right now. Oh, guess we'll see here in a minute. Normally, if you go to Bazaar on the webpage, you can see, but and I'm panicking because I don't want to like be like clicked on the screen and like you know not paying attention. You don't get nothing. And one of my fears is running up here one day and not having copper on me. I know it sounds silly, but that was something on the way up here, and then I emptied out my bank or all the money on me and put it in the bank, and then not have copper on me. That would just be stupid. I guess I got to log in on the character and run some copper over, but that's fine. Yeah, overstock over there. But I wasn't planning on shooting a video today, but then I was like, this is be my third time seeing Coppermart, and uh, I did one video and I never got a chance to post it. And then the video got messed up, and I just like whatever. And then last time I came here, I got something, and I don't think I showed you guys, and I think I told you what I bought, but I didn't show you what I got while I was here in the bazaar. So this time you guys will see what I'm getting. I'm actually in the middle of working on another character. I'm taking a break from my berserker. Um, Dragon Slayer. I ran to Dragon Slayer the other day, and he gave me some. Well, he hooked me up with some buffs. I was in the middle of leveling up my berserker and Poonoodle with my shaman, and he stopped by and threw some buffs on me and gave me like 1,000 platinum. And he said, "Hey man, if you need more, let me know." And I'm like, "Wow, you got it like that," you know. But he's really cool, really helpful, and he's talking about a couple of ideas he has in mind that he's working on. I saw his video earlier when he's talking about. Oop, my turn already. Let's see here. Everything in order. This is gone. Something like, oh, but I don't need this now. I'm thinking of, oh, actually, I do need it. And I'm thinking about, well, sure, but sure can't really wear this. Oh, I kind of want that satellite armor. What's this? Mass intelligence and dexterity. This is embarrassing because I got up here and I don't even know what I need or what I want. I just like, there's got to be something in there. What about on these? Yes, I get this. I'm not gonna be too greedy. I would go run and get in line again, but I don't need nothing. Not, I mean, I do need stuff, but not. I don't have nothing in mind, so I don't like. I hate getting up there and I guess it's not. To me, it's like psychological. The pressure. People are behind me. Oh my gosh. I realized a father who came a few times who kept licking everyone. I don't know if they're talking about me or not, but you know what? I'm sorry, I'm rambling again, but I like being a frog lot because it's not to me. Frog lots run around. And I don't know what expansion it is, but there's one where froglocks can be shadow knights and necromancers, and I'd really like to pick up froglock shadow knight. I actually was working on a gnome shadow knight last night, and I mean I like the gnome. Gnome's pretty cool. But to get back to what I was saying, so when Dragon Slayer came through, hooked me up some money. He's like, yeah, get the gear you wanted, and I didn't go buy the Sublight gear because trolls can't wear it. As you see here, Sublight skill belt. I realized later on after I posted a video, I was like, oh man, I want to get Sublight, but trolls can't wear it. But Ixar can. Or I mean, I'm sorry, Froglocks can. So that'll be an upgrade for me here. Yeah, get rid of this bad boy. But anyway, when he gave me the money, it kind of opened the doors again. I was like, you know what? This Berserker's cool. And I can kind of see why the server's not populated with a whole lot of Berserkers because you almost have to solo a lot here, unless you make your own trio of characters. And it got me thinking, because I'm watching, and I hate comparing myself to other people, but at the same time, it encouraged me to do more and better. So when I saw Dragon Slayer come up with his level, I want to say his level 60 something, Beast Lord, and so I'm decked out with his stuff. I know it takes time to get all that stuff, and and he was able to give me 1,000 platinum, which is great. I really appreciate it. But I'm like, I wish I had it like that, because I don't. I'm just sitting here trying to make a way, and I'm inspired to. Nobody think I'm in line, so I'm trying to get out the way here. Nobody thinks I'm sitting in line. Um, but it inspired me to want to make a character that I can rush, and I don't want to rush. That all this stuff is new content to me. Um, I got. Hold on a second here. I got sorry about that. Close my door. But I got I'm new in the service, so I want to enjoy the expansions I haven't seen in years. So Lukeland and some of the plain stuff I haven't seen. Actually, a lot of plain stuff I haven't seen. Sorry for all the noise. That's my chair there. Um, I want to experience that stuff, but a part of me is like, at the same time, I don't want to be low level the whole entire time. And it's not like on P99 where there's a lot of people grouping, and people who are grouping are doing trio stuff, and I don't want to. But you seem like if you're in a trio group, you're basically a power leveling group. The only job there is just level those characters and keep moving. And I don't want that experience. I want a group of friends and stuff and people to hang out with. Like I'm looking here, there's a guild called Train that I see floating around here a lot. Train, train, train. And nothing against that guild. I just see their names floating around a lot. And I've seen a couple people who are, and I'm not going to say speak ill about the guild or anything like that, but sometimes when somebody from a guild acts a certain way, it makes you think everybody in the guild's like that. And one time I was sitting up in, I think, Kern Tower or somewhere, and usually somebody come in the guild or someone come into the zone, they're like, oh, are you camping here? I'm like, yeah, just me by myself. I'm just working this entrance. Like, okay, well, I'll go take my guys in deeper and we'll work there, which is fine. But one of the guys came in there and started clearing everything in the entrance while I was like, I just finished the fight, so he saw me fighting. And he killed everything in the entrance, killed the whole bottom floor, worked his way upstairs, and I was like, you didn't ask, you didn't, it was very rude of you to do that. And to me, I was like, that's a reflection of the guild. But I know in reality, it's not the whole guild. That's just some guy who could have been listening to music, not paying attention. Some guy who thought I was AFK because he wasn't really paying attention, seeing me finish a fight. I don't know what his case was, but anyway, I don't want to rant. But um, the whole point I was making is that there's guilds out there, and I don't know who's good, who's worth joining, and what they're all about. I don't know how many of these guilds make web pages or wikis or whatever where you can get information about the guilds. Uh, I mean, I guess I can always approach somebody and ask them, but I don't. I'm not that. I'm not that guy. I'm usually if I find myself playing, say for example, this guy here, Red Mall. If I end up playing with Red Mall, and Red Mall was part of a guild, and I'm like, hey man, you're pretty cool. I was like, how's your guild? You know how you start the conversation. How's your guild? Oh, that's pretty cool. Well, you think I get an invite? Yeah, sure, or whatever the case might be. Or no, you have to have at least one level 50. Okay, well at least I know the requirements. You know, but On Wayfarers Haven, it's a little bit different because I don't expect a lot of those requirements. And now I could be wrong. I don't expect a lot of those requirements here because the population is not that big. I'm sure if you see 200 people on, you know, divide that by three, and that's really what the population is because I'm assuming most people are boxing. Not everybody. Even myself, I was boxing before I started this video. I didn't want to slow my computer down, so I was like boxing just to level up my mage I'm working on, and that's the point what I'm getting to is that I like all over the place. Um, um, yeah. So thinking about guilds and hanging out with people and stuff. I heard Dragon Slayer mention his guild and everything, or one that he's starting a guild, and that's all cool. I'm just not into the raid atmosphere. I know he says he's not really into the end game and raid and all that stuff too, but there's some things that he would like to lock in. Like the concept sounds really interesting, but I've never been that high level character to care about that stuff unless it's required for a quest or whatever. And I guess joining a guild like that, there's nothing wrong with that because, like he said, you don't have to go raid the whole entire time. You just have the option there. You can do the raids and then chill, go do your thing or whatever. Which is, and the name I can't remember what he says, like something drag. Oh, man, I had it up a minute ago. The name of this guild sounds really cool too. I'm looking at my YouTube page so I can see it. Made a cool little thumbnail. Something draconic or where's that? There it is. Order of Draconis. Yeah, Order of Draconis. That sounds pretty dope. I don't know how he came up with that. I don't know if it's a Dragon Slayer thing, but that's pretty dope. He made a cool little thumbnail and stuff. And the name, I wouldn't mind carrying that name around. That's pretty cool. But but anyway, for me, I'm not about killing the dragons. I love the dragon. No, I was playing. I don't really care for that stuff. But I know a lot of dragons where you get, you know, the raids is where you go get all the cool gear, all the cool guy stuff. You see guys run around with, well, that's not crazy there, but guys with the glowy, flashy, super, you know, max stat weapons and slaughtering things with one hits and things you'll never pick up, playing the game normally. That's where you get the cool stuff at. And I don't know, maybe one day I might go find something there, but I gotta go check out Overstock. I might find myself mess around with a guild like that. Beetle Stinger. Again, I'm talking, guys. I don't pay attention to me. Ooh, this is wisdom on it. I like my little blunt weapon. And you can't really forget about Overstock because Overstock got like gear on gear, but this is one of those things that, yeah, I want to start off something and I can grab some cheap stuff. I mean, anytime I guess Coppermart's doing her thing, it's always a good opportunity to come over and see what's going on because you never know. I mean, I don't want to sound greedy or nothing like that, but you can almost make it irregular to ring. Yeah, I just think I'd be greedy. Use that little ring there. Sometimes I don't pay attention to chat on the server because no one really talks to me. I'm a loner. I'm a recluse, so it's not like people are rude here. If you say hi to them, they'll talk to you. But I don't expect no one to talk to me. And every blue moon, I look down here in the chat, and then somebody's saying something to me. And I'm like, oh, people talk. That's right. You know, even the out of character stuff, I don't pay attention to. Every blue moon, I look over here and I see one of the the GMs on here talking. Uh, anyway, I'm sorry. I'm just in the zone. I didn't want to be saying talk. I wasn't. This wasn't supposed to be a video. I just wanted to show you guys. Want you guys to see me doing Coppermart. But anyway, yeah. Order of Draconis. I think the idea sounds really great. You might find that tag on one of my characters. I like the idea of what he's doing, but I'm kind of like I guess it can kind of go hand in hand, but my thing is I'd like to have a group of people who are not boxing, who are like, hey, let's get together and go level. Let's go experience the new content. I'm always looking for the P99 players come over here, and I'm saying not literally, but I like to see P99 players or people coming from other servers who are like, I've never experienced this stuff before. I like to experience it for the first time. Let's all group up together and go explore these new zones or zones I ain't seen in years. And as you see in my videos, I've been hanging out on in Lukeman. That's where basically where I left off. I mean, I went to Plains. I did a little bit of Plains. I went to Plane of Judgment. I think it's like probably furthest I went. I did the couple of the Lost dungeons. Um, and I think I guess I don't remember it being level 50 something to do those. I can swear they were like level 20s and level 30s. But it seems they're all level 50 right now, 50 or above. But I haven't really examined that. I just I remember I saw that information, but I was like, oh, level 50 something. I'm like, I know you had to have a group, and that's not gonna work with me. I remember there used to be a challenge back in the day. Now, this could be a whole patch from another time. Maybe it's different when you go in there now. Maybe when I played it, it was when it first came out. And I swear they had level 20s, 30, and 50 and 60 and so on. uh, or not 50 and 60, but like it was like 40, then it jumped up to like 60 and whatever. But I know that was a place to go. You can go in there and farm your little credits and get some gear and stuff like that. That was the thing that people would do. They'll do uh, did some of the newbie zones when they get that level 20 or whatever. They would jump in there and start doing lost dungeons and running that over and over and over, trying to find good gear. And I think the only people I see doing that now is like level 60s. So it kind of cuts out a lot of the content for me. I've been working on this character. I got level 17. Uh, level 17 is the only thing I have on my account so far, which is fine. I'm not tripping on that. I'm not like, oh man, I wish I was higher level. I'm not trying to say it like that. I just, you know, uh, starting off, it's not easy when you don't have the social structure to go level. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Um, if you don't have that environment. Now, again, I'm not a very outspoken person, so you're not gonna see me down here, which is my own fault. I could be in out of character and say, hey, uh, level 17 shaman looking for group, but my fear is that I don't want to sound picky and like level 17 shaman looking for group, no boxers, please. Let's all play one character and go level. I don't want to be like that, and so I'm kind of rather be in a position where I guess if somebody was calling out, which I guess I could do the same thing. Hey, uh, just level 17 shaman looking for somebody to hang out with. I could say it out loud, and my probably would be like, "Hey, I feel the same way. Let's get together. Let's go level somewhere or whatever." I don't know, but anyway, the whole point is that I can't go to a camp and find a group of people sitting there or going to a zone. Half the zones I go to are empty, and again, I don't want to make this sound like I'm bashing the server. I love the server. People are talking. You see them are talking. Is this? There's a huge gap. Let me see here. Who all shaman? Like right off the bat, 67, 66, 17, that's me. 70, 66, 66, level 10 is Crushbone. Level 3, Enethal, 70, 70, 70, 53. See, it's like, it's more higher levels than our lower levels, which kind of sucks. And I know most of the lower levels, people around my level, I guarantee they got a trio going on or boxing or something. And I don't know, I guess I can put myself out there and if I popped up in the zone, uh, he might be chilling, or he might have multiple characters with him. But I guess if I showed up and I just do some heals on him, hovered around, you know how people do that, kind of hang out for a little bit. That I can build up a conversation, and not saying I'm building up like friendship and stuff like that, but you can't build that community. It's like, hey, you're really cool. I appreciate it. Hey, matter of fact, I got a level 3, so I come over here and we can level up together or whatever. I don't know. Um, and I guess that's how you kind of build a community and a relationship with people online, on EverQuest. But I don't know. I guess I kind of missing the old school way of running up and finding groups of people, find the places to level. I mean, you can go to Fill the Bones and you might see another player out there, uh, maybe. And if you do, chances are he has two more characters with him. And you go into Kerns, and I see more people run the Kerns. Um, they run up in Kerns, and they're in there with their trios. Every blue moon, I see one guy. I think it was Shadow Knight who working through the levels. I think I saw. I showed him on one video. I think he ran into in in PC while I was in there playing. Um, but I think I initially saw him in Kerns. He was soloing by himself, and I assume he's getting buffs or whatever. And he runs to where he's going to level up at and does his thing. Um, Somebody gave me this in the zone and on the bazaar. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it transformed me to something or whatever, but I just figured put that away for now. Um, oh, to change. Got my whole 6 platinum on me. Um, anyway, I need friends. That's what I'm trying to say. I need people to play with. I want to look cool. They really did some craziness with these high Is she wearing pants? Oh, I mean, high look pretty badass. Like I always thought high look stupid, but the female high they look pretty dope in their armor. I mean, maybe everybody does black, but it seems like when you get to a certain point, everybody seems to have black. And I guess I look like I have black gear on too. But a lot of times I see a high elf. At least the females. I haven't seen any males really. They don't look that good, but females look pretty cool. And I always like the erudite armor. Even that's like I think it's like leather. That's pretty dope. And I thought about doing an erudite Shadow Knight, but just for the challenge. I know Dragon Slayer mentioned that himself, and like the whole challenge thing is like to me, a challenge is playing a race class combo that is not very popular for stat reasons. And Shadow Knight, erudite have horrible stats. That's a challenge. Level that up. You can't see in the dark. You're very weak. You had no agility. Your stats is horrible. You know, there's a challenge. Go ahead and max that level that character. Uh, I did it back in the day. I didn't max level. I think I got mine to like level 30 or something like that. Erudite. But I've been there, done that before. I did it with a dark elf. So that's why I wanted to do gnome because I never, on P99 and whatever, they don't have gnome Shadow Knights. So I want to do something different. That's part of the reason why I have Frogwick Shaman. Something different. Um, and the troll, berserker. Everything I'm experiencing on this server is stuff I haven't had a chance to experience in a very, very long time, which is why I'm doing them now. Um, so a gnome Shadow Knight, Froglock, Shaman. For some reason they look great as casters. I would like to do a wizard. I tried a wizard on P99, but it seems a little bit different here. And I think I'll do a Froglock wizard because they look cool. And the cool thing about Froglocks, if you're one of those people who hate on Froglocks, let me show you something. Froglocks have excellent agility. Something about that agility, you look past it, you're like, oh, that's only for AC. No, think about it. In real life, if you're very agile, how often would you get punched in your face? Not very often. And I noticed that with uh, a wizard, because I think they almost all default at 100. That's one of the cool things about Froglocks. They had 100 agility. And I noticed that I don't take as many hits or hits not as hard on my wizard. So I'm able to blast a couple things and not take like a bunch of hits immediately and almost dying trying to get to an even con fight. And I'm talking about level 4 or 5. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, don't sleep on the Froglocks. Froglocks are cool. And I wish they had a little bit different. I mean, I guess they are amphibians, so I wish they had a little bit different, more different look for the females. I think the only thing really changes the way the outfit straps across her chest, and I think and the colors. I think the colors are slightly. I think you get like a pink, and you get lighter, fruity colors, like not, you know what I mean, fruity, like brighter colors. I guess is what I'm trying to say. Not gay or anything. Like, you know what I mean. God damn it. I'm trying to be all PC over here. uh, but anyway, um, yeah, I'm feeling what Dragon Slayer is doing. I kind of would like to be part of a guild. I'm not sure if I want to go into a guild with intentions of rating and stuff like that, or put myself out there like that. Um, and part of me is like, I never join guilds because I always feel like I'm wasting space. Not like there's like you can only have 10 characters in a guild or like that. It's just I feel like I'm a waste of my time. If you join a guild, then you're telling everybody, hey, I'm on the same mindset. And so if you join the guild and everybody's like, yeah, we're gonna go raid, I'm like, that's cool, but I only have an hour to play. Or I only play, for an hour once every 2 weeks. You're like, all right, well, why am I joining this guild? I'm doing it for the social environment, but they're like, we need people who are like-minded who want to go raid or whatever the case might be. So I feel like I don't really have a place in the guild because I work a lot and plus when I do play EverQuest, I like to do what I want to do. So now if I find a group here, I will stay locked into my shaman and I will play with my shaman until probably the end of the play session, or unless somebody says, hey, or if I find we're struggling and my role's not really needed, I can switch characters and do what I want to do. But I hate committing to a group of people who are dependent on me and I'm bored. You know what I'm saying? Like I that's why my channel's called saying the Altaholik because I constantly change characters. I don't it takes me a while to get going and even with Dragon Slayer give me the 1,000 platinum, I was like, my mind was like, I did not want to let him down, and just split hit that $1,000 or 1,000 platinum into 17 different characters and not really have anything to show for it. So I bought all gear that would be, uh, and I only bought a couple pieces. I don't have it on this character, but a couple pieces are good enough for my Berserker. But it's also something I can use on my Shadow Knight, and I think Shadow Knight and is compatible with I think the Beast Sword. I think there's a couple pieces that have wisdom on there, which isn't really that great for a Shadow Knight, but it wasn't that insignificant. But it was good AC and stuff like that. I'll show you guys later. Do another video, but that might be on the back burner. I think after all this talking, what I'm planning on doing, I just started a mage. Um, and I think I might take the mage route. I didn't want to do that because it seemed so easy. Um, it felt back in the day when I played a mage, it was more structured. It was like you had to know how to play. I mean, you still had to know how to play these characters in EverQuest, but it's like the go-to. It feels like it's a throwaway class that people just like, I'll just make a mage so I can just level up fast and do what I want to do. And I guess mages are easy like that, but it does take skill to do it. I hate the mage is my first class, my first character class I've ever played on. Actually, no, it was my second one. I made a paladin for my first character. My first played EverQuest back in the day, but my mage was my main later on. I played with paladins like level 10, 15 or something like that, and then I jumped on the mage. I loved it, and I leveled up to like level 55, almost 60. Actually, I think I got like 57 or something, but all the spells, and then by the time I got to that, and at the time it was only like, I think I was playing on Villius. And then they got to a point where Lukeland came out, and they had all the cool spells that came out with it. The summon bag of leather and all the weapons, and now on here they sell them for platinum in the bazaar, so you can give them to your pets and stuff. But it was cool. I used to, I think I said this before. I used to go to the newbie zones and give out here's weapons, here's a bag for people who were running around butt naked. They were like, cool, they can throw on some leather. It was all summoned gear, but they can throw it on to help them out. And I think at the time you were able to the weapons and stuff like that. You were able to give them to players. Players were able to use them. I think now they're only for pets. I don't think you can equip them now. Back then, I think you used to be able to give them to the players. I remember my characters walking around with that. Like, there's been times where I would be playing with somebody and they die and they do a course recovery. Bam, I summoned up a bag of clothes for them or armor. It wasn't the best, but it was something for them to kind of protect themselves. And that's what they would do. and I was always it was great to be a mage, But anyway, like I don't like that today. It's like I need level fast. I'll just make a box with a couple boxes with some mages in it, throw the pets in there, and I sit there and watch them kill everything. And I was like, oh no, like don't treat a mage like that. Mage is so much more than just pets. Their damage and and someone who really knows how to play a mage, they can do good crowd control. They know how to they know when to have the right pet for the right environment. You can uh, have one for stunning. You can have one who is good for backstabbing and good for rooting, and those type of things. And I don't know. It's more intricate than just send your pet in and sit there and watch them fight. And it feels like that's what the mages become over time. Um, I don't know. That's just me. I'm also looking back at the back in the day. Just floating up in the air with your lingerie on, with your glowy stick. Anyway, see, look at this. It's pretty cool. I must be a cleric. Like I don't know, like they try to make high elves, I guess, look more badass than they did in the old school models. They really mess up the dwarves. The dwarves look almost like EverQuest 2 characters. And widows are, I guess, they look pretty cool. I used to like them with the long hair. I had a ranger. Matter of fact, I made a ranger on this server with my old school name, Chauvin. But I hate how they stand. That why they had an arm. Well, he looks fine with the shield there. That arm with the shield kind of bent like that. They always had that one arm straight and the other one kind of bent. But I guess with armor on, it looks normal. There's a lot of this too, and I don't know what they're doing. I assume these guys are staged or not staged, but they probably have the main character running here or they're doing something else. These guys are just on. Unity is another um, guild I see around here a lot too. Synergy, I think I've seen Synergy around too. This other one, I don't think I've seen too much New Dawn. Uh, anyway, I want a pet cat. Anyway, I'm just like, I'm kind of on that. I want that social environment, and I don't know. Maybe one day I'll make my own guild, or maybe even Dragon Slayer's idea might turn into that. Like that concept is cool, but at the same time, I don't want to limit what I can and can't do or pick up or whatever because I want to experience the old school stuff. Cause it's been a while. Like I said, when I played, I went from Villius to Lost Dungeons. I can't remember the order which they all came out. I think Gates Discord or where that one is. I think that's the last one I was on. And I don't remember nothing about that. I stopped playing, I got lost interest. But for me, I was new to the game during Villiers and I worked my way up and by the time Lucan came out, I think I was level 30 and that's why I was in or early 30s. I don't remember what it was, but I remember going to PC. I remember going to like three or four other zones I used to hunt at on Lukeland, which got me into like late 40s, early 50s. And then I went to the Plains of Plain of Justice. And there's another one I used to go to too. I remember fighting those guys, and I think the big old hammers with the hoods on or something like that. I can't remember. But his hunt there, between there and there's some zone of Lukeland where I had like those look like T Rexes or like a weird dog horse T Rex. I don't know what it was, some weird thing. But they had those the guys with the look like cavemen. I don't even know what that zone was. I don't know where it's at right now, but they look like little. I think they're red looking cavemen looking guys, and we used to fight those guys. And those guys helped me. They get a lot of experience. I love them. Oh, okay, I gotta find that zone now. I remember I used to be a place to go back in the day. I don't know what that zone was, but yeah, that used to be the place to go, man. Oh, it's got a flashback of memory. Oh man. Anyway, um, but for me to go to be level 50, I didn't get to. Keep in mind, at no point. Actually, no, I did raid one time. I raided one time with my mage, and I had to be like level 40 something, I believe. And I didn't know I was raiding. It was my best friend who put me on the game. He's like, "Hey man, join my group." I'm like, "Okay." And I saw all these people in the zone. I was like, "Man, what are all these people in the zone for?" I was like, where are we going?" He's like, "We're about to go kill a dragon." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go kill a dragon." I was like, "Okay." I said, well, let's go." He's like, "Well, we're waiting on the rest of the guild." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "This is a raid." I'm like, and I started seeing my little group menu fill up all this. I was like, "Oh, what do I do?" He's like, "Just follow them, pay attention to what they're doing." Like, I don't know who's talking to me. I don't know what's going on. They said no. They're like, "Let's go." We're all teleporting. And he's yelling. He's in the other room. He's telling me to stand there. Just cast this. Use your pet. Blah blah blah. I'm like, okay. I'm hoping I'm doing the right thing. And I don't know, understand exactly how technical it is. All I know is I see people moving, so I follow the group. They say attack, and I attack, and I assume I'm listening to the right people. No one called me out on nothing, so I assume I was doing the right thing. Um, when it was all, I was too nervous. I didn't know. I wasn't thinking about anything dropping. I was just like, all right, I just want to get out of here. I don't want this pressure. I was freaking out because it's like jumping into a middle of a marathon. And everybody's running like, let's go. And like, oh shit, okay, I'm running now. I guess. So it was exciting, but it was kind of scary. But I wasn't looking for gear, and to me, it's like I don't want the difficulty of. I don't know how much stuff drops on a dragon or whatever, but I assume it's like 20, 30 pieces. But then you have 70, 80 people there, and not everybody's getting something out of that. Everybody, I wish you automatically got everyone who participated, who did damage, who did heal or anything else, that automatically got slotted, or a random piece came to their arm or into their inventory, or a menu popped up, you got to choose what you wanted, because it seems stupid that all those people participate, but only, you know, 15 people might get one thing, I guess, I don't know. That's kind of always been a turnoff for me. But I guess here on this server, since it's not as many populated people and people are boxing, I guess people won't be as greedy. But then I don't know, if you're boxing, chances are you're playing shaman and I don't know, shadow knight and a monk or whatever, and you're like, I want all three of them to get something. So I guess you would be more greedy. If you're boxing with three and five other guys are boxing with three, or seven other guys are boxing with three, everybody's thinking the same thing. I want to get all my characters some cool gear. So I guess it's gonna be just as greedy. That one guy who's playing three characters probably wants half of the stuff in there, and he's on a roll with all his characters. Like I don't know, I'm probably putting a lot on it. But anyway, um, yeah, I'm kind of toying with the idea of groups and trying to figure out how that's gonna work out, and maybe you know Order of Draconis might be an answer, maybe not. I do, like I said, and I was rambling there, but that's part of my issue. I want to be able to find the gear that drops in Lukeland. I want to find the gear that drops in the plains. I want the gear that drops in the dungeons, lost dungeons, and I want to experience that. I don't want to, because if you say, "Hey, we got a raiding group, raiding guild here," people are going to join and run to them just for the purpose of raiding. No one cares about experiencing Lost Dungeons or going to the plains or going exploring Lukeland. You see me, I'm running around Lukeland and I'm really the only person around. It's only just me doing my thing. And that's just my experience. And now some of these people are probably coming from live, so they've seen a lot of stuff and they want a smaller population, that's why they're there, right, why they're here. For me, I like to take my time and do my thing, but I want the social aspect. And again, I'm not hating on the server. I still like it. I probably will stay here. I probably won't go back to P. I mean, I don't want to say that. I don't have no issue with P99. It's just I played P99 for about 3 to 4 years now, so I feel comfortable here. I like it. I don't really have no issues here. I like the playing with the new graphics, and everything's new, brand new, and shiny and exciting right now. Coppermart thing is pretty cool. If I play it long enough, I might actually have some really dope gear. I don't know, but and my wife was talking about getting on, but she's just not really feeling it right now. She likes playing EverQuest, but she's not super hardcore into it. But anyway, um, I want to stay here, and maybe I might be one of those players who actually helps build up the population of the server, and yeah, maybe I might make a guild that's all about group play. You know, like what they have. I think on City of Heroes they had one like a Super Friends type of guild. It was like it had a Super Friends type of name to it, and I might make a guild that's something like that, like Super Friends or whatever, and we all really corny, but we all get together and we all play. Um, Anyway, speaking of which, I might stream. I gotta time it out. I had a long weekend, so I won't have another one for the next until the next weekend. Not next weekend, but the weekend after. So I got 2 weeks. Where I have another long weekend, but I might stream then. Between now and then, I'm gonna test out my computer and see how my network and everything works out. Figure out how to do my settings. You see, I'm barely able to edit videos. I probably won't edit this. I'll probably just post this up as it is. So no music or no intro or nothing. Just post it. But I'm toying with the idea of doing a stream, and maybe I might time it. I'll do a stream every other weekend. I usually have a 3 day weekend every 2 week, every 2 weeks. Yeah, every 2 weeks. So I might do one stream where I'm just BSing. I might say, hey, if you're watching, come join me and we'll all play. Maybe that's how I can try to build the server up. I want more people to come here. I want people to play. And if you're boxing, it's not all about, boxing is an option. It's not mandatory to box. That's what I'm trying to say. So I like that people would come and say, hey, I'm just excited too. I want to play a Frog Luck Shadow Knight, or I want to play I don't know, a Gnome Shadow Knight or whatever. I don't know. Or they're interested in looking at Lupin. They're just the way I am, and they want to group up. So maybe I'm toying with the idea of doing a stream. And I know Dragon Slayer says he's down to do something with me too. So maybe I don't know. Maybe me and him can time that out, and we can do a dual stream thing. I don't know. Bring some people in, and we just say, hey, we're gonna go level up some noob characters. We got level 10s or whatever. We're all going to Current Tower. Let's group up. No boxing. Everybody has one character. Let's go have fun. And I probably won't talk a lot. It'll probably just be more music in the background, and we're just playing. Doing this thing, having a good weekend. Just, we're barbecuing in Everquest. That's basically what we're doing. Everybody just chilling out. Um, or it don't have to be Kearns, but we can go wherever, and we just find a place and we sit there and level up. And then as you say, hey, I got my character to my point, I can switch to another character that I want to level up. Like you normally would do. And maybe I do this every other weekend, but we'll see. I'm toying with the idea. I know the wife wants to get into playing with me. She likes me doing these videos, so she kind of wants to hop in here and make an appearance every now and then. Hard part is that she doesn't play that often, so her character's not leveled up. I think she has like level 12, 9, or maybe 12. No, it's a level 12 mage, I believe. So I've already surpassed her level 17, which I'm not flying through levels to see how long it takes me to make these videos. But she don't play that often, so I assume I'll make level 20 before the end of the week or before the next 3 day weekend. But anyway, I got food sitting here getting cold. I just wanted to show you guys Coppermart and talk your ear off. So anyway, thanks for coming and clicking on my video. I probably should get in the habit of saying this. I hate being that guy, but leave a thumbs up, leave a like or make a comment, and smash that subscribe button, all that bullshit. I'm just playing. But I was thinking about that the other day. I thought it was really stupid. I'm making these videos for me. It's my project. It's something I wanted to always wanted to do. So that's what I'm doing. I may never get an audience. I may never get anybody to even pay attention to these videos. So years later, I don't know. But it's always something I want to do, and it's one of those. You have a checklist of things you just want to accomplish. I won't say a bucket list because it's not that deep, but it's something that you always put aside. It's like, oh, I like to do that. I like to do that, and you never do it. This is one of those things I always wanted to do, and I made a quick investment. I bought a microphone. I got to set up some software, and I just freaking did it. So that's why I'm making these videos. I like doing this, and this is actually kind of fun. I know I get a couple of views, not a whole lot of views, but the people who do pop in here, I appreciate you guys for clicking and watching and whatever. But it would be great if you guys hit me with a thumbs up or a thumbs down. I'd rather you let me know if you like the content or not. You don't have to comment. It ain't gonna hurt my feelings if you thumbs down it. It just lets me know that people are interested. So anyway, Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later. Out.